We got now the health issues, health concerns, health access challenges, and weight management. There is handouts, and I think we have a sufficient amount for everybody to get. So whatever your idiosyncrasy is, diabetes, high blood pressure, or better health, your weight, or the cholesterol situation, we as a race also have a hell of a problem with our cholesterol. Now, eating really sucks. Our brothers to the right place. Well, now, fried fish, you know, ain't nothing like a fried fish to me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. But now, Tammy Ford.
Good afternoon. I'm going to talk to you a little bit, very little bit, about behavior modification and weight management. And I'd like to start with a couple of facts that I pulled from the CDC. And this information is a little old, it's 2010. It says that 64% of Americans are overweight. And those are the ones that have a BMI that's greater than 25%. 27.8% are obese, and that means that their BMI is greater than 30%. 1/3 of all new cancer cases are related to obesity, physical inactivity, and poor nutrition. Now, all of these factors are preventable. I'll say that again. All of these factors are preventable. 1 in 3 persons are pre-diabetic. How many of you are diabetic, if you don't mind me asking? Now, we can reduce these risks by decreasing our body BMI, or our body mass index, by 5 to 7%. We can reduce our risk by 58%. 58% of preventable risk factors. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's no single way to become healthy, right? Right? I need for you all to talk to me. I'm going to talk first. I'm going to need some responses back. Is there a single way to become healthy? No, there's not one single way to become healthy. Now, the one thing that I can say that we must do, and that's to change our attitudes. Okay? So, let me just ask the question. I'm going to take you to Chicago to get right here to Salisbury. I'm sorry, that's how I operate. How many of you have experienced road rage? What do you do when you experience road rage? You fall apart. What else? You blow your horn. What else? Cuss. What else? Excel. Put my foot on the accelerator. Speed up. Okay. Now let me ask you this question. If you're going along and you're doing this and you pass by a hospital and you notice that the person that you have, the person that has tipped you off is pulled up to the emergency room, would you feel a little bit different? Yes. Most cases, you do feel different. And that's what I'm saying. You have to change your perspective towards health. Now, I think, and this is my opinion, there are 3 main attitude adjustments that we have to deal with. The first one is impatience. Impatience. Now, how many of you have started a healthy lifestyle change? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? You exercised. What else?
Became a vegetarian.
Became a vegetarian. Anything else?
Changed my schedule.
Change your schedule.
Reduce stress.
Reduce stress. Stress or dress?
Stress.
Oh, okay.
All of the above.
All of the above. And then got more sleep. And then what happened?
Lost some weight.
Life hits. Life hits. Okay? And then what happened?
Go back to the
So you didn't see the results that you desired fast enough, right? Is that what really happened? Be honest with yourself. Is that what really happened?
Yes.
You didn't see the results fast enough. And it's because we live in a society of we gotta have it now. We gotta have it now. We have the internet where we can just push a button and bam, we have the answers to almost everything that we can think of. We have drive-thrus where we pull up and we order our food. We get our dry clean. We get our money. Everything is instant. We were bombarded on TV with weight gadgets or Zumba exercises, routines that promise you in 30 days you're going to look better or we'll give you your money back. Is that true? It's true? You find it to be true?
Yes, it's true.
You can change your whole health percentage in
You
30 days.
stick to it. And you can formulate any habit. A habit is easily formed if you do it for 30 straight days.
21 days
Oh,
actually.
21
21 days it actually takes to form a habit.
So if you form a habit of doing it, then yes, it works.
It does. Now, I want to ask you this question. How many of you, when you went to bed last night, looked at yourselves in the mirror? All right. When you woke up this morning and you thought about your health condition, did you think that it had changed overnight? No. How many health conditions changed last week? Raise your hands. Your health condition changed last week?
Yeah, I lost a pound or two.
All right, that's good. What else? You're on your way. What else? What about within the past month? Your health condition changed within the past month. For the better or for the worse? For the worse. All right. Past 6 months. My point is that in a lot of cases, we didn't get this way overnight. And when I say this way, I'm talking to, well, I think I'm talking to everybody in this room because I think everybody may be on the overweight side. So when we looking up, yeah, I think just about everybody. This lady's looking at me. I'm gonna say it's about 98% of it. 98%. Whether you choose to agree with me or not, 98%
You may have
of
to
it.
read the stats about the BMI then, because some people don't understand that.
When I talk about BMI, let me back up. You're right. This is a chart that tells us your weight in proportion to your height. And it does take, because I hear a lot of people say, well, I have small bones. There is a percentage difference that accounts for small bone and big bone people. So it does take into account that. But most, as I was saying, most of us, our health condition didn't deteriorate overnight. It took a while for us to get to this state. So it's, by the same token, it's going to take a while for us to change our state of mind. We shouldn't expect for it to be an instant cure, okay? We find that people that succeed with being healthy realize mentally, and I'll say this again, they realize mentally that it takes time to see results. The second attitude adjustment we have to deal with is our obsession with food. I'll say it again, obsession with food, all right? In most cases, I'm not going to say in most cases, I would say that a lot of us revolve our activities around eating. This is a prime example. We don't eat to live. We don't live to eat. We do not live to eat. We eat to live. When we put into place and we say to ourselves, I'm going to give up chocolate, what do? What do we do?
Start craving it immediately.
We start craving, and we make ourselves crazy. This is when you look at TV and it seems like every chocolate commercial you can think of comes on the TV. Or you're driving down the road, there's a cookout up there saying that chocolate milkshakes are on sale. The people next to you can look like chocolate sometimes. So, we need to realize that we have to think of more healthier alternatives. We don't have to have our social, because a lot of it is our social events that center around food. It's true that in order to get large turnouts, we have to have some kind of draw, but we have to start thinking of other ways to draw people in, to educate them more about their nutritional status. And we have to think that changing our attitude is a choice. It's not a sacrifice. How many of you, when you go to the doctor says, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to need to talk to you a little bit about your nutritional status. There are some things that we have to look at. And you think, oh gosh, this is the end. I'm going to have to give up something that I love. How many of you think like that? Everything can fit, but the key is moderation. Everything can fit. Diabetics can have sugar. People that have renal problems can drink water. Moderation is the key. Now, the third thing that we have to look at is the accountability gap. I want you to think about it. being a supervisor. Everybody in here has had a supervisory role, or we like to think we had to supervise our own homes at least, right? If you had an employee that you assign a report, for an example, and you say, Joe Blow, I need this report by Friday at noon. And you go to Joe Blow, and I'm going to talk to you, Chris. And you go to Joe Blow on Friday, and you've even given him the 1 o'clock. And you say, where's my report? And Joe Blow comes to you, and you say, well, you know, we've been kind of busy this week. The computer went down, so, you know, then you had given me this extra assignment to do. And then to top it off, you know, my daughter's been having some problems in college, so that's kind of sidetracked me. You know, normally I would have taken the work home to try to, you know, do better. What are you going to say?
I'm gonna be happy.
You're not going to be happy. What are you going to do?
Demand that it get done.
Demand that it get done. What are you going to do? Yeah, you. Okay, Joe Blow gets the report done this week. Month later, you come back and say, okay, Joe, we know last time you had some difficulties getting the report done. I'm going to give you an extra week, but I'm going to need this report again on Friday. And I'm going to need it at 2:30. I'm giving you a little bit of extra time to work with. Go back to Joe Blow again, and he says, sorry, sir, but I don't have it quite ready. I'm still working on it. What do you do then? You're getting written up. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more harsher there. Okay, you come down, it's the third month. Same thing happens. What do you do? Terminate. You out of here, buddy. Right? So why do we justify things that we need to do ourselves with excuses and tolerate? With lame excuses. I don't have time to exercise. What's more important than your health? What's more important than your health? Nothing. Nothing is more important than your health. So we have to hold ourselves accountable for our own health and stick with it. Doctors now are trying to develop partnerships with the patients, or consumers. I shouldn't say patients, they sorry. With consumers. And you find now that it's, in most cases, the doctor is saying to the I'm old, forget it, patient, you know, Mr. Jones, they're no longer saying, okay, you need to do this, and this in order for your health to be better. In some cases, they still do. But a lot of them are saying, you know, we need to change your eating habits. If you could identify one thing that you could change to make your eating habits better, what would it be?
Don't eat after 8 o'clock.
Don't eat after 8 o'clock. Okay? Would that not work better for you than him saying, don't do this, or don't do that, or do this, do that? We're more accepting when we form a partnership. So, we have to make a plan. We have to use SMART goals. And when I say SMART goals, goals have to be sensible. They have to be measurable. They have to be action-oriented. They have to be realistic, and they have to be time-wise. So if I come up to you and I say, Chris, you know what? I'm going to lose weight. What is that telling you? Not a thing. Not a thing. Okay, I thought about it, but it's not really saying anything. I have to put some action to it. I have to say, okay, Chris, you know what? I've decided that I'm going to lose weight. I can't run a mile quite yet, but I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go 10 minutes. Okay? By the end of the month, I hope to be up to a half a mile. That's setting some goals. If you think about when you bought your first home or made your first major purchase, I dare say not many of us went to the bank and said, bam, there's the money to get my house. How many of you were able to do that? Awesome. I need to talk to you. Not many people are able to do that. So you have to make goals, and you have to make small goals. You have to start with one change, one small change. Now, typically when we talk about losing weight, that means cutting back 3,500 calories a day. Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I'm weak. Thank you. Well, I'm not gonna get shot. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? It is not a lot. If you're drinking soda, I hate to say this, how many calories are in that soda? 207. People that drink 2 sodas a day, that's their 500 calories right there. Small changes. Small changes. Small changes is what we need to do. Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to go into your plan with determination and not dread. Go into your plan with determination, not dread. So you have to get the thinking out of your thinking. You can't say, I already know this is not going to work for me. Or, this means that I'm going to have to give up something that I like. You have to be your own coach. And sometimes you have to call in reinforcements when you need it. And that means your support group. It could be your doctors, it could be your nurse, it could be your family, and it could be your friends. A lot of times we tend to do better if we know that we have someone that's supporting the cause, right? So, we have to be more successful when we engage support, and then don't give up. Okay? Most of us have a habit of doing what's expected of us, right? Whether it's positive or negative, we do what's expected of us most of the time. So, you have to expect yourself to live up to your goals and don't let yourself down. Okay? Now, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about access to health care. What would you say are some of the main, and we touched on these a little bit, some of the main problems with health care in rural areas, and Rowan County is a rural area? Access, when you say access, what do you mean?
People being able to get to the health services.
What else?
Affordable.
Affordable, what else?
Quality.
Quality, what else? Knowledge, what else? Available providers. Anything else?
Well, people unemployed.
Unemployment is a big thing because they're not employed, they just lack insurance.
It's ridiculous. You don't want to get benevolent.
Okay, thank you. Now, there's a couple of things that's being done, and I'm not going to say that everything that is being done is perfect. But my mama always taught me you have to use what you got until you can do better.
That's right.
And that's the problem with a lot of people is that we don't use the resources that we have. Now, society as a whole is looking more into health promotion and disease prevention. How many of you take advantage of your insurance benefits to the max? How many of you? How many of you use the Ask a Nurse line? How many of you that have discounts to gyms or Silver Slipper programs take advantage of this? How many of you use the wellness coaches? How many of you, when the pharmacies are offering free screenings, take advantage of this? My hands are going down, slow and slow. How many of you, when it's announced in your church, because it's a lot of places where they announce to folks, or community bulletin boards, that some kind of health, not really health fair, but health information is going to be given to you so you can improve your knowledge. How many of you take advantage of that? How many of you actually go out and walk 5 days a week for about 30 minutes? Awesome, that's better. Okay, so we have to learn how to take advantage of the resources that we have. And also, I forgot to smoke, I have to throw that in there. Quit the nigga. So, the consumer plays a role in what's being offered in the community. I tried to look, I was interested in seeing, because I don't typically, Rowan County is one of my counties that I cover, but because the VA is here, I don't do a lot of health education here. So I went to look to see what was offered for those that had little income or not so much as far as insurance. And I was kind of shocked because it's not a lot that's being offered. But the thing that I have to challenge you to do is to go to your legislators, talk to the hospital CEOs whenever they offer these things, to go out and take advantage of them, and then let them know, hey, I would be interested in you doing this. A lot of times if we talk to people about what we want done, we can get it done. It may take a while. You have to be persistent. determined, persevere, all those things. So I put the challenge to you to take control of your own health. Ask questions when you go to the doctor. The doctor does not know it all, but he has a guideline. And if it's something that's not going to work for you, then you ask for alternatives. Say, hey, this is not going to work for me. Is it possible that we might can do this? Or can you tell me something else? Or do you know someone else that might can help me in a different capacity? You have to do what's going to work for you. Okay? Work for you. We work the system in a lot of different avenues. Our health is something that we don't work the system with. Okay? So, 2 things I'm going to leave with you. The first thing is the greatest wealth is health. The greatest wealth is health. Steve Jobs, the man had all the money, did the Apple products. You think when he was laying on his deathbed from cancer, that he was saying, oh, my millions of dollars, what can I do with it? No, he was wishing for his health. He was wishing for his health. The other thing I'm going to leave with you, because we always think in signs of money, cash. Cash is the acronym that I'm going to leave with you. The C stands for you have to change your attitude. And that means making small changes. Not asking you to go out and rule the world tomorrow. Maybe next month, but not tomorrow. Avoid things that you know trigger whatever may be your cause. If it's weight, blood pressure, may take you on a downward spiral with your mental health. Avoid those triggers. The third thing you have to do is substitute those triggers for something that's healthy. And the last thing, the H, is if everything else fails, then always ask for help. Cry out. Somebody will hear you, and they in general will help you. Any questions? That was fast and dirty, I know. Questions?
A diet soda bad for you.
Diet soda's bad for you. If you drink a lot of them, yeah. Water is the best thing. Water. Now, if you can't, I tell people all the time, because I admit I was well, I still am. Not like I was, though. I was a soda-holic. I drank sodas like an alcoholic drunk. Alcohol. But if you cannot deviate from drinking diet sodas completely, substitute one out with a glass of water until you can get down to where you're drinking mostly water. So use the Crystal Lights or whatever you want to call them, Walmart alternatives, things like that. So there are things that you can substitute out. Don't just sit there and drink and drink and drink all the sodas that you can drink. Because everything that is processed. That's one of the problems with our food today. It used to be a long time ago, things were, the new term is organic. They were organically grown. That ain't nothing but it was homegrown. Stuff today is processed. We want bigger and better. If I came out to you at this fish camp and your plate was this big, for your $5 to $10, what would you do? You cuss me for all I was worth and tell you I don't need your food. So we have to look at, again, portion sizes, making all foods fit, moderation. Moderation. There's nothing that you can't have. You just can't have it every day, all the time. Thank you.
Any questions for Tamara?
You spoke about the Crystal Lights. What about the aspartame that's in the Crystal Lights?
Again, I said, if you listen carefully, I said that water is the best. If you cannot go completely to water, then you switch slowly. But yes, aspartame is something that you have to consider. Water, again, I'll say it again. Water. Water is the best.
That's right.
But I do realize that, it's hard to say that.
When you start walking, how far would you start initially?
And that's going to depend a lot on your health. I would say probably start out with 15 minutes every other day. And you might have to do that for 2 or 3 weeks before you can get up to where you need to be to get up to those. Really an hour is great if you can do that 5 to 7 days a week. And you have to realize that there's ways to incorporate exercise into your everyday activity. It just is not just saying, I'm going out to walk today. I mean, that sounds boring in itself. I'm just going out to walk today. So you can do things. You can park further back. I know you've heard this before. You can take the steps during commercials. That's an excellent time. How many of you spend at least 2 hours watching TV? What? Nobody's watching TV? I'm so happy. How many? How many? Okay. And think about how often a commercial comes on. What is it, like every 15 minutes you get a 2-3 minute commercial? If we take advantage, because this is the thing that I hear when I start talking to people one-on-one about exercise. I don't have time. Okay, you take those 3 minutes and multiply them times 4. There's 12 minutes in 1 hour right there. You're watching 2 hours worth of TV, you got your 30 minutes in. Easy. And it doesn't have, go ahead.
A physical trainer in Raleigh, and he taught me that if it's your normal routine, if it's something that you're normally used to, it's not going to help you.
That's exactly
So
right.
you have to press yourself past that.
Add more, yeah. I had
Each time.
a guy who was a mailman, and he had a rural route that he walked. So he did 10 miles a day. He said, I walk 10 miles a day. What you want me to do? I want you to do a little more. A little more. Okay, so yeah, you have to. And even for those people that are severely compromised, those people that have had heart problems, those people that have pulmonary disorders, we're now sending those people to rehab because we found that the more active you are, the better off you're going to be. Even people, you think about it, that are in the nursing homes that are bed bound, a lot of them, though they may not be able to turn themselves, they have nursing assistants that's going in and turn them. They have people that their hands are contracted, they're working with them, doing little mini exercises to kind of straighten their hands back out. It's true that you may never get back to when you were 18 and you were running. I don't know how fast you were running and jumping and doing all these wonderful things, but we can turn back the hands of time somewhat with our physical activity and eating better. Any other questions? Doesn't have to cost you a lot, just a little bit of time.
All right, we're good?
Thank you, Tammy. Ryan, thank y'all both very much. We have one person that needs to make a presentation, and I wrote this down to make sure I didn't slay her name. Tiffany Stenton Long. All right. I wrote it down, and I still messed it up. I wrote it down. All right, well, they call it, I'm getting old. Tiffany Long Simpson. Okay, Tiffany is going to speak. Thank you. About the peace march that's tentatively slated.
It was in the paper, but I wanted to do this march because I am from Salisbury. And I've gotten a lot of backlash about it. Why you care? You don't live there no more. If the parents don't care, why do you care? I care because I still have family here. I care because this generation is what's going to run this country. So if we don't teach them better, why are we expecting them to do better? So I just want to do a peace march, and I want more youth involved. And I don't want it to stop with the march. I heard the 1440 is up for sale. Maybe get some people in it, buy it, let it be a community center for these children to have somewhere to go. Start looking at abandoned buildings, start resourcing and finding out what is it that they can do. Where's the mentors? Where's the Boys and Girls Club at? Do stuff like that. We have it in Greensboro, Winston, but I'm not hearing about it in Salisbury and the smaller towns, and that's that they're not offering it. But then you want to say they got their pants on down, they're selling dope. What else are we giving them to do? Sometimes the drug dealers can grab them in because that's who they're seeing. That's who's in their face constantly teaching them. So let's teach them that it's better than gangs, and it's better than gang banging and holding up the signs and the colors. Now with this march, I do ask no red, no blue be worn. You can wear white, you can wear pink, green, yellow. No red, no blue, because those are the gang colors, and that's not what we're promoting. So I'm asking for everybody's help, everybody come out, participate, spread the word.
When is it?
September the 13th, I changed the date, September 13th at 6 o'clock. The old Frito-Lay building, we're going to march down to Lloyd's, therefore, if Lloyd's not open, So if somebody wants to speak or whatever, you can speak there, and then we come back up. Or you can have a ride to get you.
There are people that are working in the community, though. I have a step team. There's other people that are working to do things. We just need a facility, and that place is $300,000. The chamber has looked into it, and we don't have $300,000.
What about free stuff? Is there anything like, as far as like they can go to for free? Because a lot of families don't have money and they don't have transportation.
Lately, a lot of, and this is very impressive to me, a lot of people have been donating to my kids and like taking them out to eat after shows. So it's sparking up, but it's a process because, like I said, I've been doing this since 2011, and this community just now started. It's I had somebody to do some poetry yesterday at an event, and nobody clapped, and it was deep poetry, like soul, you know what I'm saying? But nobody responded. It's a process. The people have been oppressed so bad that it's going to take 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time to bring it back. But that march, I want to be a part of that.
And how is the network as far as getting this out, your services? Because I talked to a lot of people, and they're saying it's nothing. So a lot of people don't know.
We've been in the
what's
paper.
being offered.
We've been in the paper twice. We've been on TV once. We're probably in the paper today. I'm just saying they're not picking up the paper. Because if they were, the Love Christian Center has stuff that they do with the youth. We're revamping World Giants Park, opening it up, told them they can come and, do little football teams and basketball teams and stuff. So it's really up to the individual who's going to step up to the plate.
There is a emerging network of groups that exist in this community, and some of the networks represent here today. So it's good that you're here, so you can get contact information with different groups. There's night crawlers, there's different ministries represented here, churches. The chamber itself has people who have connections, different political connections, even connections with law enforcement. So it's a good proper people that so I hope that you'll exchange information with people here this evening.
Yeah, because then that way I can get that information out also, so people can start participating and have something to do.
I was excited when I saw one of the Salisbury Post. I immediately put it out there because I even called. I actually just talked to Siobhan a few minutes ago, and a little bit, and so she was telling about what you were wanting to do. So that was good. So I'm with you. I'm there to support you. Thanks, I can.
You with Steve Minston right here. You run the Rowan Free Press, and he will actually get you out of it. It's a free newspaper online. Gets a lot of people.
Okay.
And that's September 13th,
September 13th at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, it's a little festival going on in Charlotte, the little Jazz Fest. I know a lot of people like your jazz, but we can visit one time and do this march. Please.
It's where the people heart is. It's all about where the people heart is.
Tammy's got one more thing to say.
This was really my main purpose for coming here, and Lord knows I what could I do as an educator to talk to you all about helping get out information to you that might interest you to come and listen to different topics on health? And please don't say the newspaper, because a lot of people don't read the newspaper anymore. What avenues could I use to touch bases with you guys? Facebook, what else?
The chamber. They go specifically to the chamber.
But Facebook openly with a lot of people, public. Twitter.
Contact local churches.
This gentleman right here, the Rowan Free Press.
And when I speak to this, I'm not just speaking in this area. I'm just looking at ways in general. These things that I'm already using. Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, we started behind time, but we're finishing ahead of time. I enjoyed y'all coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something.
I'd like to do something public. Will you stand this one? Yes, you. Yes, you. Yeah, all on the spot. I would like to give you the elders bow. This lady right here, she taught me so much about writing when I was in the 10th grade. This is my former 10th grade English teacher right here. I just want to thank you. Next time we got a gathering, I want to do it openly. I really, really thank you and appreciate it. And this lady right here, Miss Yolanda Meansburg, I want to thank you for connecting me with Dr. Freeman. We had a chance to develop a rapport with one another. And I thank all the assistants that everybody in the chamber gave me, Chris, Anthony, Mr. Kenny here. It's just been beautiful. Thank you.
And can I say something? Mrs. Freeman, you stand up, please. I have no friend forever. I know forever. And now most of you are getting a taste of who he is. He is who he is. He's real, whatever he presents. But I just want y'all to know what I'm saying to his face. He does have a mental problem. Sometimes when you come off like that, just chalk up to you. She said he's not ready. Forever. And I got to share this too. The first time I met Mr. Sweeney, he's always been into the black thing. He came into my room, this was in South Rand way back when, and he was wearing this oil, that oil that you wear, and it really stunk. He would walk into my room, and I would tell him, don't come in my room, and he made a habit every day to stroll in there and say, hey, sniff this sister. He's always there. But Stevie is all right, and you will enjoy him, and he, everyone you know, he is what he is, he says what he means.